From the Loudoun Times-Mirror newsroom, this is LTM Live. Sponsored by Charlestown Races and Slots, the hottest slots around.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Coe. This week's webcast will feature an interview with State Senator Mark Herring about an upcoming special session on a recent Supreme Court ruling concerning DUI and drug cases. But first, here are some stories we're working on for the August 12th edition of the Loudoun Times-Mirror. Coverage of the PATH Powerline hearings August 5th and 6th. A look at where to get the best deals on school supplies. The Leesburg Town Council is set to rule on utility fees August 11th. Now, here's Paul Smith with Senator Mark Herring.
Senator Herring, tell us a little bit about this Supreme Court decision and maybe what sort of impact it would have on the local law enforcement.
Well, the Supreme Court case Melendez-Diaz versus Massachusetts essentially said that certificates of laboratory analysis that are fairly routinely introduced in a lot of criminal cases, just having the certificate there isn't sufficient to meet the Sixth Amendment Confrontation Clause, guaranteeing an accused of the right to confront the witnesses against him. That you actually have to have the analyst who performed the test in the courtroom, who would then basically say orally in the courtroom what it is that the certificate itself says. What that means is, right now, Virginia's law, which is very similar to the Massachusetts law that was struck down, it means that the Commonwealth has to have, the prosecutor has to have those analysts present in the courtroom right now. So there's a shortage right now of analysts available to testify, and the procedures really aren't well defined about how the Commonwealth would go ahead and meet this new statutory or new constitutional standard that was set out. So the governor has called a special session in order for the General Assembly to change the statute in a way that will comply, and has set the date of August 19th. In that Supreme Court opinion, the court did say that there were a few states that had statutes that did comply, Georgia being one of them. And so I think what the General Assembly will do is enact a statute similar to Georgia's. It really will not make that, the change will not be that significant from the current law that Virginia has. Right now, the prosecutor will notify an accused that the Commonwealth intends to introduce this certificate of analysis. The accused has the right to require the Commonwealth to have him present to examine him. But the difference now is that if we go to one of these notice and demand statutes, there will be a set time frame for all of that to happen, and the defendant would be given the opportunity to waive their right to confront the witness or to have the Commonwealth require them there. And I think after a while, things will settle down and get back to a kind of a normal situation to where it is today. I think unless there really is a dispute about whether a suspected white powder is truly cocaine or something like that, that the defendants are not going to insist that the person who performed the analyst actually be there, because it's going to be very damaging to have the witness say, yes, this is 100% pure cocaine, as opposed to the piece of paper. So, and
it would probably be you'd have law officers with other things to do, maybe more important than just, being in court all the time in that respect.
Absolutely. It's important that we make sure that we have the staffing in order to meet the new requirements. So there will be some case management, court management tools that will have to be implemented. For example, we'll probably need to make some adjustments to the speedy trial statute. So if the court, or if the prosecution needs to ask the court for a continuance in order to get a particular analyst present in the courtroom, that may require that an exception to the speedy trial statute of 30 days, 90 days, something like that, so the court can grant a continuance so the Commonwealth can have that expert in the courtroom to testify.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot, Senator Herring. I appreciate it.
Thank you for inviting me.
And now with news on a 12-band jam and other entertainment, here's Hannah Hager.
Hi everyone, this is Hannah Hager with Loudoun Entertainment. August heat is still upon us. which is appropriate for Great Country Farms in Bluemont to be hosting the Dog Days Peach and Sunflower Festival. Come out and walk your dog while enjoying some peach slushy and peach pies for the cost of $10. Also that day is a bike run and a 12-band jam starting at noon with a new band every hour on the hour until midnight at Spanky's Shenanigans in Leesburg. The cost of the bike run, which starts at 10 a.m., is $20 per biker and $10 per passenger. The proceeds from the event will benefit the wetlands of Louisiana. That's it for this webcast, and we'll see you next week on LTM Live.